All right, guys, so I'm going to make this video very precise, and in less than no time I'll be breaking down how to use the divergence trading pattern to maximize your profit, all right, while minimizing your losses in this market. Okay, so first of all, we are going to need to follow this page. If you have not done that yet, follow this channel, ensure to turn on your notification bell, ensure to also click on my description box to see the links to our free Telegram group, the link to my WhatsApp where you can reach out to me directly if you have any challenges or you want to subscribe to any of my services. It is all of them are very affordable and some of them are even free. So ensure to join our free Telegram on the description box of this particular video. Okay, now we are going to need just one indicator to actually be able to use the strategy. So we are going to go ahead to add the indicator, which would be the RSI. It's a very popular and very common indicator, right? So let's go by these parameters. Period 10 apply to close levels are not necessarily needed, so you can just do it with that, or just simply just use what is here. All right, and then that's all. Make sure your visualization is on all time frames, of course, and then your colors, right? It should be visible, right? Let's say you're using the dark background, your chart is the dark background. Make sure you're using the bright colors that will be visible on your screen. And as my own is a white background right now, you see I'm using dark colors. Okay, so you have that set up. You just simply click done. Now I'm going to show you guys how the divergence pattern works. It is very easy, guys. It is very easy, but you have to pay attention. Okay, you have to follow this very carefully, and you don't have to make mistakes. Now we need just a couple of conditions before we make an entry. Okay, and it is easy. Like I said earlier, it is very easy. I'm going to show you guys just now. What we need is, let me first of all explain it. All we need is to first of all see that the market on the higher time frame, let's say the 4 hours time frame, is going in our direction, right? I like to wait for I like to wait for the 4 hours candlestick to close, right? If you know the timing, then that works. That makes sense. That makes sense for you, right? So allow it to close. Don't just jump in the market unless you opened your chart when a new candle was just forming on the 4 hours time frame. But if you enter the chart, you open your chart and it is long gone, like the candlestick is already forming and it has been long since it started forming, then you have to wait for the candlestick to close appropriately. Now for the boom market, you want to be selling, right? For the crash market, you want to be buying. What we are doing here is to just catch some candlesticks, catch up to like 5 to 10 to 15 candlesticks and leave the market. We are not trading for spikes. We are not looking for spikes. Okay, we are actually trading against them. So we are looking to sell the boom market and we are looking to buy the crash market. Now this strategy works perfectly for both boom and crash markets. Okay, it works for boom 1000, boom 500, boom whatever boom market, and it also works for the crash market. All right, crash 1000, crash 500, crash 300, all of them, they work perfectly. But you have to be sure that the conditions I am about to explain to you are well met before you make an entry. Okay, you have to be sure that all of the conditions that I'm going to explain in this video actually are met before you make an entry. All right, so ensure to pay attention till the end of this video. Ensure to pay attention to the end of this video. Now the first thing I want to do is, the first condition I want to look out for is on the higher time frame. Let's say the 4 hours time frame. All right, let's say we go to the 4 hours time frame and we notice that price, let me use this guy to show you what I'm talking about. So let's say we notice that this excuse me, let me just do it with these lines. Now notice how the candlestick here closed green, right? Closed bullish. Even with the little rejection at the top, you can see it closed bullish. Now imagine it closed red. Imagine it closed bearish, and eventually it closes at your key resistance level, right? your key resistance level. If you don't know how to find your key resistance level, that's something you need to learn. You need to actually pay attention to price action videos, or better still, enroll in our price action classes. Of course, our mentorship program is all about learning to analyze the market without the use of these indicators. So that would automatically just teach you how to detect, how to identify your key zones, right? Your key supports and resistance zones without these indicators. Now back to what I was saying. If you just, okay, let's say around here, you see, sorry about that, I didn't mean to use that. Let me use this guy instead. Right around here, you can notice that the 4 hours time frame closed bearish here in this situation, right? It closed bearish on the 4 hours time frame. The market closed bearish. This particular candlestick closed bearish. All right, now having had that in mind, you can also see that price retested a certain area. Okay, price retested a certain area, which is this area, before the drop. Now for you to be able to utilize this strategy well, you need to be sure that market is in a good support, resistance zone, right? Of course, support, resistance, however I want to call it. And then having seen that price is at your key zone, your key support or resistance zone, having seen that price is at your key resistance zone, you want to wait for the candlestick to be bearish. Now have in mind that the trend of the market has to be in a downtrend, right? For the bull market, this is for the bull market. Have it in mind that the trend has to go bearish, right? It has to be a downtrend. It has to be a downtrend. Now, having seen a downtrend and then having waited for the candlestick to close bearish, now let's go down to the lower time frame, the 1 minute time frame, whatever time frame. Of course, the 1 minute time frame is where you should be looking out for entries, okay, using this particular strategy. Now you have in mind that the market is in a downtrend. You have also seen that the candlestick on the 4 hours time frame, for example, I like to use the 4 hour time frame actually. All right, but you can actually depend on other higher time frames like the daily time frame, like the 1 hour time frame. But for me, I really like to base my analysis on the 4 hours time frame. I actually feel like I trust the 4 hours time frame more. I don't know for any other person, but that's what works for me. So you have to always stick to what works for you, right? So having seen that those two conditions are met, the market is in a downtrend. The market has also reached your key resistance level, and the candlestick, the current candle, or the immediate previous candlestick closed bearish. Now you need to wait for the current one to close bearish, right? Unless, remember I said, unless you just open the chart and then you notice the new one is just forming, that means the immediate past candlestick was bearish. All right, now you come to the lower time frame, and what do you do in the lower time frame? Now look at this. Let me show you something, guys. To be able to utilize the what is it called, the divergence pattern well, you want to see on your main chart, right? You want to see something like I'm sorry, I'm using this. I wish I can use some other apps, like some other app that I could really use to draw these lines. But you want to see this, right? I wish I'm doing this with trading view. It would have been easier for me. All right, now you want to see a higher high, right, printed on the main chart. You want to see a higher high. Now if you notice, we have here, sorry about that, we have a high, a low, we have a higher high, right? You want to see something like that. Now look at this part. You see that there was a high, a low, a higher high, right? And then even a higher one, right? Now having seen the market print higher highs on your main chart, at the same time, now look at the indicator window, right? Now if you notice that the RSI, the black line in your RSI here, if you notice that it is not following what you are seeing on the main chart, the market is telling you that the market is printing price is printing higher highs, right? Whereas on this other side of the chart, the indicator window, you notice that the market prints a high, and then the next high is not as high as the previous high on the main chart. Like, look at this. You see the first high, the second high. You see the third high was higher than the other high, which makes it a higher high. Now notice also that on the indicator window, the first high, the second high was higher than the first high, but the next high was lower, right? Now this shows you that the spikes have come to a place where it lacks momentum, right? Momentum on the buyers have reduced. There is no more really serious buying pressure, and the spikes will now become minimal, right? The spikes will not have much significance again. That means even if there is spikes in the market, it should not be too serious to harm your account, right? I don't know how much you'll be trading on, but this works on either big or small accounts. But you also have to, be wise while you are risking. Now it means that there is no much bullish momentum in the market. Okay, now you notice that immediately after the next high was not even as high as the other one, right? You see that price started dropping. It dropped drastically. You can see how it really dropped. Sorry about that. You can see how price really dropped. So having seen the higher highs and higher lows on the main chart, you want to see something like this. You want to see something like this. I'm sorry, I wish I used TradingView to explain this. It would have been easier. It would have been much more easier to draw these lines. Okay, now you notice that on your main window, on your main chart, you had higher highs and higher lows, while on your indicator window, you're having lower highs and lower lows, right? So that goes to show you that there is more bearish pressure in the market than bullish pressure. There is more seller force in the market than buyer force. And remember that price had gotten to your key resistance. Remember also that on the higher time frame, the 4 hours time frame, like I use on my own case, remember I said that the market closed bearish. Now these are confluences. These are many reasons why you should sell. Okay, so for you to find an entry, you just need to see the higher highs and higher lows on the main chart, and then a clear lower highs and lower lows on the on the indicator window, and that's it. You find an entry. Now look at somebody who would have entered a sell here. You see how many candlesticks that person have caught? Would have been a lot of candlesticks. That means a lot of money, guys. So I'm going to show you guys more example. Now look at here. Look at when the case was just the opposite here. You can see that the current high that we're supposed to look at, that is supposed to be lower, is now higher. And then you notice that there was more spikes in the market. You see that there was more spikes in the market. Now anytime you see what I just explained happen, is going to work out just the exact way as I mentioned it to work. Now look at that. You can see that the high at this level, the high here, is lower than the one here, right? And then you can see how much it sold right at that level. You can see how much it sold right at that level. Whereas when it was the reverse, you can see there was more spikes. There was more spikes in the market just when we had more of the higher highs and higher lows on the indicator window, right? Sorry. I think I should be using TradingView for this. You can see when there was higher highs on the indicator window, there was a lot of spikes happening in the market, right? So if you keep backtesting, you keep seeing the exact same thing playing out repeatedly. Look at this area. You can see there was higher highs on the indicator window, and then what happened here you see a lot of very significant spikes that would have taken almost everybody out of the market, right? But anytime you see the reverse, now look at that. You see there was a lower high here. Have you seen? It drops just like that, just like that. So if you keep backtesting, you see the same thing just happening again and again, again and again. Now look at this. Higher highs here, right? Higher highs there, and then lower highs on the indicator window. Lower highs, sorry about that. Lower highs here, right? Lower highs in the indicator window. And then you notice what happened. You see, it was all of this long drop. You can see how effective this is. Now imagine this is happening when price is actually at your key resistance, and the higher time frames have already signaled a selling pressure. Then this would just go effortlessly. You just make money without stress, guys. You make a lot of money without stress. So I'm going to leave you guys to try this out, and just please ensure to try it first before you even approach your live account with it. And then just drop your reviews on the comment section. Make sure that you give good reviews if you have good results. And also, if you have challenges, let me know. Come to my inbox. My WhatsApp is always open for you guys. If you want to join my VIP group, it's very affordable. I share really accurate signals for my people, and we are making a lot of money every single day. Trust me, guys. If you want to join us, it's very affordable, and if you join us, you are not going to regret it, guys. So just ensure to be a part of us. I want to build a lot of winning traders, a lot of successful traders. I want to do this because it is my passion. Okay, guys. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Drop good reviews if you have been using our past strategies and they have been working for you. Also, if you have challenges, also drop the reviews. I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to reach out to each and every one of you. And then for people who are just joining us, ensure to turn on your notification bell. Do that so that you will get notified when we post our next content, because they are usually very, very educative, guys. So I'll see you guys in the next video.